need to be able to do this without necessarily those energy diagrams, and also you should kind of like you should be able to do a Lewis dot without a Bohr model. You should be able to do electron configuration without drawing it onto that diagram. The diagram just kind of helps you see what's happening, but now that you've seen that, you should be able to look at a periodic table, find an element, and write its electron configuration. I'm going to show you how you can do that a little bit faster. So the cool thing about the electron configuration is it just keeps building as you get bigger and bigger and bigger of an element. It's going to continue that pattern, and it's just going to build on the last element. So you can look at the area of the periodic table and know what block or what subshell the electron configuration ends with. So you're going to highlight this section right here. All of these elements, and including helium, are going to be have their last electrons in the S subblock. Okay? Then, as you move forward over here, this entire area of the periodic table is going to have its outside electrons and the P subshell. Okay? Now, what you guys should also see about the periodic table that you guys have already told me about, especially when we were talking about the electron shell model, is that you also see energy levels with the periodic table too, right? Energy level 1 corresponds with row 1. Energy level 2 corresponds with row 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, right? So all of these blocks are going to have the same energy level as the row. This middle section gets to mess that up one more time. It's kind of our funky section, right? So if you take a look back at this diagram, what you can see is it's, again, increasing in energy. And what you see is 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, and then 3d. So what happens here is it starts to get a little bit jumbled, and 4s is technically lower in energy than 3d is. Can you physically see that? Okay, so on your periodic table, you're going to have to remember that after 4s is going to come 3d. Same with after 5s, there's going to be 4d, and so on and so forth. So 5 and 6 are going to go there. But again, all of these elements are ending their electron configuration in the D block. So I'm going to highlight this as the D block. Okay. Next, the last kind of funky thing about your table is you should notice there's this bold line in the middle right here. What that's telling you is this entire section of the periodic table got cut out and then put to the bottom, right? It would be too big otherwise, right? So if you look at my middle cabinet, there is a periodic table in the middle cabinet where I've cut it out and put it all together the way that it should be, but it's really, really, really long. So they just take that middle section and they kind of just put it at the bottom. So this middle section right here is the F block. And it does the same thing that the D block does, where it's a little funny with its energy. So this actually drops down again, and this is going to be 4F, and this is going to be 5F. Okay, that's hard to see, I know, I'm sorry. I wrote right here a 4F, and I wrote right here a 5F.
Why don't they just put them in rows right there, bottom right? That's not how it goes.
Because, yeah, it would be out of order. Yeah. Okay, so let me show you guys how you're going to use the periodic table to do electron configuration even faster than we did before, okay? I'm going to give you guys your first example as phosphorus. Phosphorus, okay? So first off, we're going to find phosphorus on the periodic table, and it's right here. I'm going to follow all the same exact rules that I did with my diagram, but instead of like actually drawing on the electrons, I'm just going to start writing them out in that electron configuration format. So I'm going to start here at energy level 1, and I'm going to say 1. I'm in the block S, and there will be 1, 2 electrons in there. Then that's full, and so I'm moving on to the next. Energy level 2. I am again in the block S, and there will be 1, 2 electrons in there. Now I have to move to the other side of the table. This is still energy level 2, but now I'm in the P subshell, and there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons there. Okay, keep going because I'm not at phosphorus yet. So now I'm at energy level 3. I'm in the S shell. It's going to be filled up 1, 2. Keep going over. This is still energy level 3. This is going to be block P, and then I have to count to get specifically to phosphorus. 1, 2, 3. And there's my electron configuration.
How did you do that?
31. Okay. All right. I'm going to show you guys again. And especially like those of you guys are like, great, that was easy. Perfect. I'm going to do kind of a harder one. And those of you guys who are like, oh, that was a little tough. Don't worry. I'm doing it again. I'm just going to keep building. Okay. So let's do this time chromium. Okay, yeah, some of you guys already found it. It's number 24. So that means I'm going to have to count for 24 electrons. Okay? Now I'm going to start from the very beginning. 1. I'm in block S. 1, 2 electrons. 2. Block S. 1, 2 electrons. Energy level?
3.
Nope.
Oh, still
2. And then I'm in block P. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Energy level 3. Block S. 1, 2 electrons. Energy level 3. P. 6. Energy level 4. S2. What happens here? 3D, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is electron configuration.